In my first video for the Apex Legends Preseason Primer series, I talked about the top legends the competitors will most likely use during the Preseason Invitational. In today's video, we're going to highlight why some of those legends are played in nearly every team composition by talking about end game tactics. I'm JetsetJamerson, and this is the Apex Legends Preseason Primer series, End Game Tactics Edition. Endgames in high-level play can sometimes seem like an all-out mad brawl, but there is still order in this chaos, and hopefully after watching this video, you'll be able to make sense of it all. The 4 tactics I'll be showing you today apply primarily to the endgame, or rings 6, 7, and 8, and while it may not be applicable to most normal games or lower-ranked matches, these are still important tactics that you should know how to do, or at least be aware of when watching the Preseason Invitational. So let's break them down. The first endgame tactic I'll be talking about today is the Wraith portal spam. To do this, you simply use Wraith's Dimensional Rift to set up 2 portals before Ring 7 begins closing. As it closes, your team designates one member to continually enter the rift, avoiding as much damage from the ring as possible, while the remaining players fight it out in the incredibly small 8th ring. The point of this is to increase the team's chances at getting a higher finish. By having the 3rd player delaying out in the ring, more time is bought to have the field thinned out, hopefully resulting in a higher finish. This can be quite effective when there are 3 or more teams still alive before the 7th ring closes. If you plan to use this tactic yourself, be sure to use as much of Wraith's Rift energy as possible, as that increases your time in the Rift and decreases the damage you take from the ring. Our next endgame tactic is Tightroping, and it involves the use of Pathfinder's Zipline. Useful in most situations, but most effective when more than 3 teams are alive and the 6th or 7th rings close over open terrain. The goal here is to use Pathfinder's Zipline to avoid the main bulk of the endgame scramble, setting the zipline high above the safe zone, avoiding much of the fighting and letting your opponents do all of the work. Once you see the kill feed lighting up, pick your time wisely and drop on your opponents to clean up for the win. Fans and viewers of Battle Royale will be no stranger to our next tactic, and that is the Sacrifice. This tactic is used when 2 teams remain in the final circle, but on 2 different levels. The team that finds itself on the high ground has the advantage, as they can easily drop onto the low ground team. The plan here is to sacrifice 1 or 2 members of your team to drop down onto your opponents, trying to inflict as much damage as possible evenly across the opposing team, interrupting any healing and letting the ring finish off your opponents. 1 person should remain on the high ground to survive for as long as possible. Item distribution is key for this tactic. The team members sacrificing themselves should have the highest tier shields and helmets, while any gold backpacks or knockdown shields should be on the team member staying on the high ground to allow them to delay for as long as possible while the ring does its thing. Our final tactic of the day is the Wraith All-In. This tactic is most useful when the 7th ring closes, and the execution is incredibly simple. Before the 7th ring closes, stack the majority of your throwables onto the Wraith of the team. As the ring closes, the other members of the team will fight in the closing ring, while the Wraith will stay outside spamming arc stars, thermites, and grenades, trying to avoid damage and getting knocked, using her tactical ability to wait out the explosions and entering the 8th ring. And that's it for the 4 endgame tactics you should know before watching the Apex Legends Preseason Invitational. Try them out in your own ranked games and let me know down in the comment section below how it worked out for you. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more competitive Apex Legends videos. Once again, I'm JetsetJamerson, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time in the arena.